Last time on Mug Trades with Donte. I'm recording, aren't I? Hello, you dirty potters. How are you today? Welcome to the second installment of the mug trade video with Jenny Webb, a fantastic potter friend of mine that plays video games with me, and that's why I'm mug trading with her. Don't blame me if you want to mug trade with me, but you haven't 1v1 me in Destiny yet. It's the easiest way to get to know me is to play PS5 or something with me. I don't know what to tell you. In the last video, I had some trouble deciding what I was gonna make my friend Jenny for a mug trade. I had a couple things I already knew how to make in my gambit. I had some of this, I had some of this, but at the end I couldn't decide what to make Jenny. But I recently got a clay from Aardvark called Charcoal. It's a beautiful black clay body. I'm starting to move away from porcelain a bit more every single year because it's weird. It's like over fetishized in the pottery world. But because of that, we made these mugs right here. They're big old hefty mugs. I think they're really nice, and we even made her a planter. And of course, as any good artist does, I made a second one, same exact thing, just in case the first one doesn't work out or one comes out a little bit better than the other. So in today's video, we're gonna glaze both of these mugs and this planter and send them off to Jenny. Let's see if we can get some magic out of these. I have an idea for this first one right here. I've already decided that I'm not gonna glaze the majority of this pot, just the food safe spots, like the inside, the lip, and maybe a little bit of the handle just for some flavor. But this type of black clay body looks beautiful when you fire it out without any glaze on it. It looks just like this. And I wanna keep that big, nice, natural aesthetic. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glaze the inside, the bit of a lip, and I'm also gonna see if I can get some glaze inside these rivets right here, because I think this would be really nice to have a little bit of that natural look along with a little bit of that shiny glaze inside those edges. I don't think I'm gonna do that for this one right here, but I'm gonna see how this one comes out. This is good for me because I just made a mystery glaze that you might have already seen on the channel by now, and I have a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of it left. I have just enough of it left. That wasn't too bad. That was actually pretty easy. So I'm trying to preserve the high majority of this, its natural clay body, but you can see that I put glaze inside these little lines right here and wiped them off as much as I could to make sure they're nice and clean, they don't glob and kind of run off. I just want a hint of color on the outside of this clay body because I really want to preserve the natural clay body. As I'm talking, I'm laughing because this looks like a tiny little face right here, like, hello. Please subscribe. I'm actually really enjoying these mug trade videos. I gotta line up one more person after this. Put in the comments below who you want me to mug trade with next, because while I do love trading, it's kind of like the gift that keeps on giving, you know what I mean? Like, I just get some friends' work and they get my work, and I make connections, and it's great. It's like a little gift. You know what else is a little gift? Keeping it clean in between. Making sure you're good to go while you're working your mojo. Making sure your partner doesn't floss while they're down in the sauce. That's right, today's episode is sponsored by Manscaped. Anybody who's kind of a prude has already clicked off of this video, and I'm like, it's just the great exodus for me. It's kind of a win-win. But remember, you can use my code EarthNC20 for 20% off plus free shipping. That is a deal. I went to their website and I bought one of these myself, and I was like, I'm gonna use my own code. Because it's not like I'm gonna not use clippers anyway. Like, I feel like people think you've pigeonholed yourself into using them on a specific part of your body. Not really. There's, like, you can use them on any part of your body, realistically. I want to do something special for Jenny, so I want to use a glaze that I don't normally use. Granted, I feel like I'm already pushing the envelope with experimenting with this glaze here. This is a very experimental glaze. I haven't even pulled this glaze out of my own experiments or killing yet. I have no idea how it's going to pan out on black clay. I have completely no idea. But I can't make all of her stuff experimental. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this glaze out of the old ace in the hole. This is a crystal glaze from Laguna that I picked up a long time ago when I was at Alpha Fire Arts. I love this crystal glaze. I've been saving it for a special occasion, but I promise you, this glaze does run, which is awesome because when you're doing raw work, it leaves just enough space in the body to run all the way down the body without touching your kiln shelves the high majority of the time. So we're gonna pump this on the inside and on the lip of both of these pots. Remember that one time I was like, oh guys, I shouldn't experiment any more than I already have. There's already a pretty toxic glaze, oh my god. I might just like a little bit more, you know, just a tiny bit more experimentation. I'm just gonna put this right on the top here and see what it does. I don't have an experimentation problem. You have a watching me experiment problem, and you're enabling me by clicking the like button. Every time you click the like button, it tells me to keep doing this. Don't blame me. At the end of the day, you're an enabler is what's going on. Okay, we finally got Jenny's mugs out of the kiln. Let's take a look.
Oh, me unis, me like this kind thing.
I love it. This is exactly what I was going for. I love that there's little cracks in the clay body. I love that there's these little mouths here with barely any glaze in it. I love the texture is rough yet still smooth at the same time. You can feel the grog, but it's not like it's gonna tear through my hands. I love the fact that I put a relatively light glaze on the top, but it ended up being this immaculate type of cascade of colors on the top. I am extremely happy with this. The only thing I dislike is at the very bottom. When I look inside, there's a lot of pitting down there, which I'm gonna have to refire this real quick in the tester kiln just to fix that.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
but that's a fairly regular reoccurrence with darker clay bodies. Even though charcoal from the Aardvark company is some of the best clay I've ever worked with in my entire life in the dark clay stratosphere, it still happens a lot because a lot of the contaminants with darker clay bodies, or I call them contaminants, but they're really just chemicals they put in there to make the clay body dark and give it that dark color. This happens as a result of a lot of those things. So I just have to double fire this and it'll probably come out fine. Let's take a look at the second, even bigger one. You know, one of the main reasons why I put my crystal glaze in here is because I wanted to, number one, test the effects of crystal glazes on really dark clay like Aardvark's charcoal. Don't boo at me. Listen, I use like half of my kiln loads for glaze experimentation anyway. The only reason I sell pots at this point on my website is because, like, I just need money for more experiments, okay? I had a theory that crystal glazes don't run as much on dark clay for some reason. I don't know why I had this theory, I just did. I thought for some reason the more texture you had, the darker the clay body, like the more grit it had in it, the less it would run. And I don't know if this confirms it or not, but I will say I overglazed the heck out of this up here and it only ran this much. But if I take one of my bowls, and don't tell anybody else I showed you this, you shouldn't be seeing this yet. Right? If I take one of my bowls with the white clay body on it, this stuff runs with even like the smallest bit of crystal glaze on it. Just the tiniest bit of crystal glaze. It'll run, but this dark gritty clay here, no. Barely ran, and I overglazed the top with this a lot. I will say though, in any case, I do like the color variation that this glaze is giving off on this super dark clay body. I do fancy this one a bit more. It looks a bit more chunky. It looks a bit more, it feels a little better in the hands. You know, it kind of feels like you're grasping a sweet apple bottom right there. This one here kind of feels like a grenade that the manufacturer like already pulled the pin on and gave it to you. Like, oh, it just kind of exploded. Here you go. Just good luck with that. That was a weird comparison, I apologize, but also, like, you know what you subscribed for. You signed up for this. Let's take a quick look at her planter that I made her. This is a very small planter. I know most of you right now are like, that's not gonna hold anything. That's gonna like be a beginner plant for somebody and they're gonna have to transplant it later on. They're gonna have to transplant the plant. Well, thank you, Dirty Oh, right, I'm sorry, calm down, I'll show it to you. So the last 3 mug trades that I've done, I haven't shown you the end product of what they send me back, because usually my videos take so long to produce and I only let go 1 video a week that by the time I'm doing this episode I've already received most of their mugs. So I am going to show you what Jenny Webb sent me. As a bonus, as long as you promise to comment the word sloppy toppy down below my comments, I will also show you the mug that Ryan sent me, because I haven't shown you that one as well. And maybe on the next episode I'll show you Sabrina's mug, but you better behave. Ooh, that feels nice right there. Just like that, that feels good. It really rests on the knuckle right here. But for anyone who's been with the channel for a very long time, I think I stated at one point that I don't usually hold my mugs by the handle. If you ever see me in the third dimension, like in real time, hold a mug, I usually hold my stuff like this. I'm one of these people, right? This feels good to hold like this to me. This is one of the very first mugs I've ever experienced doing this with. And I usually make my mugs with a fairly high arch because I usually rest all my weight on my wrist, so I do this. I don't have to do that with this mug. I can very easily let it rest on the knuckle right here. Here's her card if anybody wants to check out her stuff and maybe buy some stuff, but I will also be putting her Instagram and her shop down in the description below, where all the information is, realistically. Like, most of your questions could be answered down in the description below, so there that is. Is there anything? Oh, there's something on the back there. Drink some tea with Little Light. Little Light is the nickname of my daughter. Thank you, Jenny. I really appreciate that. We are also gonna show Ryan Durbin's mug because I feel like I've been not showing you the end product, and I know this episode's getting a little bit large, so I'm gonna make it real quick. And of course, I'm gonna show his card right here. Here is where you can get some of his stuff if you are interested, his Instagram and whatnot. I'm not gonna put his Instagram and whatnot down below in this episode. I've done it in previous ones, but if you're interested in any of his work, you can always check it all out right here. What else we got in here? Huh? I gotta make this quick because the longer the camera's on, the weirder it gets. He even sent me a little love note with it. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Ryan. Wow. If I could read, I would love this. Side note, I love that the majority of ceramic artists that have YouTube channels and sell online and a presence in the art community as far as ceramic art goes have all switched to this like renewable resource, easily recyclable RAM packs. I'm not sponsored by RAM Pack at all, but whenever I get this type of packaging, I'm like, cool, you actually care. Instead of just shoving everything with plastic, like you give a dang about the next generation's environment. Thank you, wow. I shall do business with you again, good sir. Oh, that's dope. Thank you, Ryan. That's super cool. Oh, I like your little bottom too. Wait, hold on. I didn't mean it like, you know what I meant. What's in here? I didn't feel this the first time. What is this? Oh, it's tea. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Ryan. I'm gonna use this later tonight. I 100% hope it's not poison because I'm gonna drink it. I'm gonna drink it. I hope it's because I'm going to drink it. Well, thank you, Dirty Potters, for joining me today. I'm most likely gonna send Jenny this one right here, and then when I double fire it, I'm gonna end up putting this one in the ceramic art store at earthnationceramics.com. An upload's coming pretty soon. I have maybe like 40 pots, but since I've had my baby, which here you can have a picture of her. You've waited long. You've waited like 5 months. You've been good little subscribers. I'm probably gonna put this one inside of the store and give her this one after I double fire these and make sure they're nice and sealed and food safe for her to eat and drink out of. You don't really eat out of cups, but like if you put oatmeal in a cup, I'm not gonna judge you. You get it how you get it, you know?
Thank you for your patronage.
Put it straight if I want to. I could have a sip of tea, governor. Nah, I should probably stop doing that. I'm gonna anger whatever denomination of accent I was doing just now.